Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I
Well, all I know, man, is I really like what Yerman Mercedes is doing, the Yerminator.
Keep it up, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
I like watching that kid. But there's somebody I like watching even more, and I can't get enough of it.
Everyone can't get enough of it. If you have living under a rock, haven't watched baseball, you have probably heard Ohtani's name multiple times at ESPN, everywhere. Your favorite basketball player, your football player, everyone is talking about this man.
Stroman's like
yes.
it. And I agree. It's just like when I'm watching the game, so like I said, I usually watch Mets games mostly.
Yeah.
But recently, Ohtani, man, he's been just killing it. And I'm like, I got to watch an Angels game. I got to see what Ohtani's doing in the lineup. And I'm even excited. Even when Trout is hurt, I still want to see what Ohtani's doing. If you ask Chrissy, I'm over here watching the game. I'm like, we were sitting there. I was like, you got to watch this guy. He's really good, because she doesn't watch much baseball.
Yeah.
And so I'm showing her. I'm like, look, he's about to hit. I was like, this guy is exciting to watch. He's like Babe Ruth, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, okay, well, that doesn't mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
But she's watching it. And guess what? Next pitch, he takes one deep. And I'm just over here yelling, Ohtani-san!
Yeah, like, I was weak because I forgot who was on, but Pat McAfee showed, like, so what is this, like, so special about this Ohtani guy? And, no one has done this since Babe Ruth.
And that's a big
That's
shoes
a
to
big thing.
fill.
Like, yes, you've heard someone do it. Like, yes, his name's Babe Ruth. But, of course, Babe Ruth was a pitcher, then stopped, and then, of course, became the hitter that we all know and love. But
That's because they liked his bat.
yeah, of course,
He still has pitching records, by the
yes,
way.
he does. But if Ohtani can keep this up for the rest of the season, and then maybe for about 4 or 5 more years, this is something special. Because pretty much he walked away from roughly, we'll say, $200 million to come over here to America to prove himself. Unfortunately, he's had injured Tommy Johns, but now he's healthy.
He's healthy, yes.
This is what we all thought was coming when he signed with the Angels. Now there's rumors that maybe he should have done more research on signing with the Angels, because maybe it wasn't the perfect team. They are been doing bad, so we'll see if hopefully that changes. But I just want to know personally how his arm feels after pitching 88 pitches and then going to play right field. Like, because, usually your pitchers are of gas and, like, you got that rubber arm. Like, this fool's going to play outfield after these outings.
And not only that, okay, so yes, I agree with all the people in the memes. Like, hey, that's not a big deal. I did that when I was 13.
Yeah,
I get it. And yes, you did.
Yes, but you weren't a professional athlete.
And what makes this even crazier, dude, is that when I was watching the game, he was the starting pitcher in the American League, and they didn't have a DH.
Yeah.
He batted second.
Yeah.
Second. I was
Just
like,
a pitcher.
yes. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, you don't see this. That's why it's so exciting to watch him, because how many guys do you talk about that we get this excited about?
Yeah.
Like we're still kids. Just can't wait to see this guy get on the plate or on the mound. He didn't have a great outing his last pitching outing. I mean, he threw like 5 innings. I don't think he got the loss, so he left with like
no decision.
tie.
Yeah, it's like 4 and something.
And I watched it. He was getting beat up. His velocity was down, so he didn't have the best stuff that night. That's all. He didn't have the stuff. So he still got to juggle that, but he still got a sub-2 ERA.
Yeah, 2 something. Yeah.
Look, man, and he's leading the league in home runs. And when he goes out there, his swing is reminiscent of King Griffey, man. It's just a lefty with a super sweet swing.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of that either.
If y'all haven't seen the picture, and did not know that fool was that big.
Oh, he's
jacked.
huge, man. Was he like 6'5"?
Yeah, and then had the cutoff
6'3"?
sleeves, and you see his guns. I'm like, no wonder he cracks baseballs like that. And
Ohtani-san.
Like, it's just unreal. And then if this can, like, we talked about, like, this could be a dark horse MVP. Some people are saying, and I said it, like, if he stays healthy.
I agree.
If he can keep this around the 2 ERA and then right there at the lead for the home runs, close.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's big. My biggest concern is I'm not concerned with him on the bat at all.
No.
I'm concerned with his arm keeping up because of all this stuff that's going on, all this work he's doing. I'm just trying to see how is his arm going to handle the whole season.
Yeah.
If he can finish the season with like a 3.23 ERA and do what he's doing on the plate, he's got to be in a conversation because he's doing something special.
Yeah. Because you got to think about, like, you have a 2-point-something ERA, not because you just, you're a throw-in position player to pitch a inning, but because you are starting, you're constantly out there, and then you're leading the league or tied for the league for home runs is something special that we were watching. And then he is the most searched person in the new MLB film room to watching clips, see what they did. Like you said, Stroman's like, I run from the dugout to see what Ohtani did tonight.
That's right. J.J. Watt's loving what he's doing.
J.J. Watt, Kevin Durant's like, I'm trading him on my MLB The Show. like, it's unreal what we're finally seeing this guy. And then,
hold on. Speaking of that, did somebody say something about Kevin Durant trading him from their team?
Oh, because he's Trey Turner.
Oh yeah,
because he's a Washington fan ish.
Yeah.
He's like, I wonder if I've been traded yet. But it's kind of funny. But Jeff Passan was on Pat McAfee show. He's like, he said, let me break this down to you because this is more of a football channel, show. He's like, imagine if like J.J. Watt, his power, defense goes in and plays quarterback.
Exactly.
And is elite quarterback. That's what Ohtani's doing right now. And I was like, that sums up perfect.
It's nuts.
For you don't know baseball, that is what this guy is doing.
Pitchers don't rake.
Yeah.
This guy rakes.
Yeah, you had like Mad Bum, that got like, he hit a couple, he did have some power and
Reminds
stuff.
me of like the Cubs player who was a Zambrano or
yeah.
something. He used to rake.
Yeah.
Bartolo Colon.
When he's that bad he can hit. It's like, oh yeah.
No, this
he
guy
pitches,
is a hitter.
And then he bats a couple times during the week.
It's
and
like
this is the main
it's
reason
like
why
every
Pujols
kid's
had to leave.
dream is like when you're a kid, you want to be the best pitcher and hitter, and this dude's living it.
Yeah.
Literally.
We have people that could possibly be a two-way player and fortunately hasn't worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And Ohtani is showing that this is something that could happen.
Game changer.
Game changer.
Just imagine how huge that would be on another team if you have a guy who can pitch for you great and can just crush the ball every time. I mean, it's unreal.
Imagine if this was happening on a team that was actually doing good.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking the Yankees in my head, but
just imagine if it was like the Dodgers if they were doing well and then Ohtani was doing this. That'd be ridiculous.
Exactly. I mean, he's already doing great, but just imagine the position he'd be put in just doing what he's doing.
Especially imagine the World Series, you start a game and then you hit like the game-winning home run.
And it's not like Ohtani. So Ohtani, if you don't know, he pitches right-handed and he bats left-handed. This guy's not out here just pulling home runs. He's hitting him deep center.
Yes.
He's taking him yard.
Yeah. Not no oppo, barely getting over, like crushing it, second deck, center field.
Enough to where he can hit it and he knows it's gone and he just has he's just watching like, yeah, that's my ball. Bye-bye.
It's unfortunate a lot of his home runs have been solos.
I know.
That's what's major hurting that team right now.
Yeah, well, it don't matter where they put him, man. He's producing.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Biggest key, biggest
Definitely.
takeaway.
And so far, it's given some light. Like you said, Trout's out for a month plus.
The Angels could do it. I've been watching their games, and like I said, there's a guy, Jared Walsh. He is really killing it. He's their first baseman. He's doing really good.
Yes.
Rendon just got back. He's starting to pick it up too. So if Ohtani, Rendon, and Walsh can hold it over, Trout gets back on her. They still need pitching, but they can get it done.
I feel like this is all conversation with the Angels the last couple of years pitching.
Pitching, yeah.
It's like, do something.
They're like adding a piece here and there once a year. It's not enough. You guys are wasting Trout's talent. You guys, that's probably why. I don't know what Pujols said or if he said anything, but that's probably why he was a little upset because it's like, what are you guys doing?
Well, especially with Tiny doing what he did. Is like, look, man, we got to play the hot hand. Sorry about your luck. But it's funny that he left, which we'll get into after a quick break when we talk about it a second. But Pujols wanted out to get more playing time because Ohtani's doing his thing. But then you sign with another team that you're having a limited role with.
Might be a limited role, but he's still getting PT right now, and he's taking advantage of it.
Yeah.